You disagree? You think this is going to be a good game? You think that the new James Bond thing is going to be good? Have you seen it? Have you seen that? No, there's no way. I don't believe in it at all. No, but people will buy it. Will they though?
Prepare you for the level of brain damage that I'm about to inflict upon you today. Apparently.
Oh. I love brain damage. Hooray!
James Bond doesn't belong in video games, let alone even his own. Why might
James Bond doesn't belong in... I actually disagree with that. I think you could totally make a really good James Bond game.
You ask? Well, that's because a writer thought it was worth writing about, believing that James Bond is this unrealistic level of man that is nothing that anybody should be trying to aspire to, doesn't really fit in modern society, and therefore should be replaced with something a little bit more relatable, like you and I. Or maybe
I'm sorry, I'm not much of a James Bond fan, but isn't the point of James Bond that he is this very suave and very talented agent, and he just gets everything done, and he gets all the bitches? Meanwhile, he's effortless, not even breaking a sweat, and he's like super smart, and he's super lean, and he's just, you know, like effortless, and he's just like, I don't know, the gentleman, but also Superman at the same time, also eternal Riz and big booty bitches. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
maybe a Reddit mod. If there is one trend in modern media and entertainment that I just cannot stand, it is this constant need for critics, or for creators in some cases, to either degrade, replace, or dismantle basically every single aspirational character or hero that we've ever had in entertainment. And this is something that we constantly see. And it ends up being that we end up getting a collection.
You know, I think I should be James Bond, actually. I understand. I think I need more representation, and I should be James Bond.
Of flaws more than we actually do characters anymore. This is all in an attempt to try to just lower the bar of social expectations for everybody across the board, get rid of any exaggerated traits, try to make everything average, try to make everything as generic as possible, because that's how a lot of these...
You know what's funny? If there would be... You know how when the... Like, before Ozempic, there were like a lot of fat people telling you that being fat is beautiful, and that's just how they are, and it's perfect, and they shouldn't change. And they took in the pill, and now all of them are skinny. If there would be an Ozempic Plus pill that would make you also beautiful, this would also disappear. If there would be a shortcut to become instantly beautiful, everyone would be like, oh yeah, beauty's back on the table. Absolutely. You know? Abso-fucking-lutely.
People end up viewing the world. That's the only way for some of these people to be able to connect with a lot of this media. And I think that's terrible. I think that it's had a massive effect on society. I think not having these kind of people to look up to, these characters...
So you're telling me that showing it in media, that all women are sort of nagging and annoying and mean to men, created a society of women who are nagging and annoying and mean to men? And removing all men's hero characters, and removing the idea of family, and removing the idea of masculine men protecting what's precious to them, created a society? No. No. Say it ain't so. No. I don't believe it. No, that's propaganda, and I don't believe in that.
That we've created to look up to.
What happened to a female James Bond? There was a female James Bond? I don't think I ever in my lifetime ever watched a gender swap version of any kind of movie. I know that it's going to be bad. Lots of talk about it. It's stupid. Listen, I'm all for strong female characters, but you cannot be for fucking real and tell me that, you know, when you make something that is not fantasy, like James Bond is supposed to be sort of realistic, not entirely, because, you know, it's like action movie, but sort of realistic. So you cannot tell me that like a woman can fight like a man can. Like she cannot like flip people. She cannot do whatever. And like, you know, talking meanly to your enemy is not going to disarm them.
Has done a lot of damage. And on top of that, it's also constantly sending this message of it's not just okay.
Okay, but Harley Quinn movie is a fantasy, right? She's a comic character with superheroes. So it's understandable if a superhero character does nonsensical shit. That's different. I think if it's like that, like sure, then women can lift up, like Wonder Woman is like that, right? Brienne of Tarth, okay. Brienne of Tarth, but have you noticed something about Brienne of Tarth? That woman is built like a fucking unit. So it's realistic that she's stronger because that bitch is like 2 meters tall. You know? You cannot put like a 150 centimeter bald bitch who is very like always annoyed about everything but also win. You can't. I wish people would understand that men and women are different. If we are talking a sort of realistic setting, men and women would have different fighting style. Remember, it wasn't in the Iron Man movie. Was it the Iron Man movie? The first time they showed the Widow chick, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow character. And she was very hot, and she was very slender, and she was more tricky. She wasn't like strong. She was strong, but she was like strong in a realistic way, right? Like she didn't fight like a man. She fought like how a woman would try, like tipping the balancing scales. She detested it now.
Nice.
She detested because she's older now and people don't want to goon to her. Okay? That's why. This is what happens when you are in your 20s. You goonify yourself. And then you become like 30 and 40 and people don't want to goon to you. And then you look back and say that, oh, that was actually misogynistic. Everyone gooned to me. But 10 out of 10 would never do it again. Awful experience. You know? I would still goon to her, not with that attitude. I don't want to goon to her now.
Okay for you to be who you are. It's not just okay for people to accept who you are. No, it's that the world needs to reflect who you are. And that's narcissism.
Bro, I don't want to see myself in video games. I want to see better things. I love escapism. My favorite games are the one that introduce me to a world that is nothing like my own. You know? Like Cyberpunk, fucking amazing. It's not like reality at all. I fucking love it. BioShock, not like real life. Fucking love it. All of the horror games, Resident Evil, Outlast, I love them. Because they're not like the real world. I don't want to play the real world. The real world is boring and people are mean and everyone is bitter and miserable and everyone is just sort of just it's lame. I don't want it.
Enabled at every turn in media, in social media, in entertainment, and it's just not good. So today we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about how James Bond apparently doesn't belong in his own game. How we've seen this across various forms of media already in tons of different franchises.
We should call it the James Bond game, but actually instead of James Bond, we should make him like a side character and kill him off like we killed off Joel in The Last of Us 2. That never happened. What a shame it never happened. And have like a female character take over and that would be James Bond. Fucking genius.
Kind of effect this has had on people and why for just please video game developers, don't listen to the media. Like that even needs to be said. Just a quick shout out to Starforge Systems. Thank them for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are in the market for a new PC, some of the best, if not the best builds on the market, go ahead and check out the link down below. I'll pin it in the comment as well. I have been in love with my Starforge PC. I cannot thank these guys enough for sending me one. I can promise you guys.
Bro, he got a free PC. Just like that.
Right now, if you want a good PC, these are the guys to go to. As a kid, I had heroes. I think that most of us did. I thought that Goku was the coolest guy in the world. He was always focused on getting stronger, always putting everybody else before himself, always losing,
I think those eras were so funny because both the girlies and both the boys had their like little icons. For the girlies, it was everything Sailor Moon, and for the boys, it was everything Dragon Ball. And it was perfect. You know, for the boys, you had this hyper-masculine guy who is just fighting the good fight, trying to protect his friends, saving the universe. And for the girlies, it was like makeup and pretty glittery things and like slender figure and dancing and ballet and magic, you know?
And getting back up and then finding some way to come back even stronger
You
than
watched
before.
it both? I think that's how it usually went.
And there was something in that for me, that ability to persevere, to be on the edge of failure, on the edge of despair, and then still find some way to pull yourself back up and push your way through. Characters that strong end up inspiring an entire generation of kids. I was one of them, and while I eventually gave up on trying to learn the instant transmission, those lessons about perseverance absolutely affected me as I got older. James Bond is another one of those characters. I've always been a fan of the Pierce Brosnan era, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day. To me,
dude, Pierce Brosnan was a good actor for the role. Not gonna lie, if you say James Bond, I would think about Pierce Brosnan too. Like the guy after that was sort of good too, but he was, I feel like he was the James Bond.
Bond was just insanely cool. A guy that just seemed to
was next the guy with the short hair. I forgot his name.
Always have a plan, never folded under pressure, always carried himself like a professional. He could talk to anyone, adapt to anything, somehow have an answer for every situation. And yeah, he got the girl every single time. I mean, what guy wouldn't want to be James Bond? Well, apparently PC Gamer doesn't. Recently, previews started rolling out for IO Interactive's upcoming James Bond game, 007 First Light, and the reception for it has been incredibly positive, which honestly I'm finding a little...
Listen, I don't know about you, but doesn't this game look stiff as fuck? Am I tripping? Like, look at the movement. This looks awful for a game that hasn't even arrived yet. It already looks so freaking outdated.
Finding a little bit surprising given how skeptical people were right when the game was first announced, but so far I've watched Luke Stevens and Jakey's previews, and both of these guys came away with glowing praise. A lot of creators did. The common thread seems to be that this game is landing in this really promising space between Hitman and Uncharted, an origin story for a new 007 built...
Is this a good-looking game? I feel like I'm looking at not the same footage that they are looking at. It looks so bland and stiff and everything.
Around freedom, cinematic action, and a Bond who actually...
Hold up, a butt crack? Is that in the budget? That statue had some cheek down. Are we sure that's allowed? What the fuck?
Action and a Bond who actually seems to be likable, and as it seems to be the current trend lately, this stuff is getting way too predictable at this point. But while creators walked away impressed, some of the media took what they saw and somehow came to the dumbest conclusion possible. James Bond apparently doesn't belong in video games. In an article from PC Gamer written by Joshua Wowens titled...
Can I just say, I think he looks too ugly to be James Bond. I'm sorry, but I don't know, man. I always imagined James Bond to have this like effortless charm. You know, like he's not even trying, but he still catches your eye because that's just who he is.
Hear me out. What if James Bond shouldn't be in video games? He writes, I played a good few hours of 007 First Light last week, and I encourage you to click the link and read all about what I thought of
Not gonna do that.
them. But my time with Jim Bond sparked other thoughts that probably don't belong in a preview. Thoughts like, what if James Bond just shouldn't be a video game protagonist?
But why? But why?
Part of this as well, he's annoying. That might scan differently to non-Brits or indeed anyone who doesn't share my particular brand of class psychosis, but James Bond is an insufferable public school dickhead. He's a rowing club Tory boy through and through, and he comports himself like a man who has a right to
If they made James Bond where there is a side quest to charm girls. I mean, the action is only part of his persona.
Bro, can I just say something? If James Bond wouldn't have been modeled to be a white guy, this person wouldn't dare to say all of these things. Imagine that he wouldn't be a white guy, but he would be, I don't know, a black guy, an Indian, an Asian, literally anything. Would he still dare to say that? If it would be like modeled after Idris Elba, would he say that he is still an insufferable public school dickhead? I don't think so. I don't think so.
And everybody on it. Which is quite fun for a 90 to 120 minute movie where he's surrounded by numerous other people who can roll their eyes at him whenever he opens his mouth in a video game for 10.
I just have a feeling that maybe he doesn't like James Bond movies, you know? And it's fair, like it's not for everyone. It's not like I'm like a hyper James Bond fan myself, but I don't know.
20, 30, 40 hours, less so, especially less so in something like First Light, where a lot of his cocky one-liners and general swagger are delivered to empty rooms and enemy corpses, where no one, say,
I would like to ask everyone to please hide Leon Kennedy away from this man, because if he will figure out how Leon has one-liners of like, where's everyone going? To bingo? I don't think he's going to survive then. You know, I don't think he will.
the player can tell him to give it a damn rest. But also part of his charismatic arrogance is that he's suave and unflappable. Well, great, good for him. I'm not suave and I flap at the...
You know, I can tell. You know, believe it or not, I can tell. You're not suave. You were probably not popular in high school. You probably got no bitches. And you're somewhat of a soy boy. Yeah, that's crazy. Just after 2 paragraphs, I could absolutely fucking tell.
Slightest inconvenience. I simply don't fit into him. I should probably...
I have just a game for you. It's called Dragon Age Railguard. I think that's something that you would enjoy. I think you should switch right fucking now, download that game, and just play that. So much fun. Good luck doing.
Reword that. Whenever I, as Bond, fumble a counter, miss a shot, or try to duck into cover only to fling myself headfirst into a desk lamp, I break the entire spell of the character.
He just said that he's not good at games. Like, embarrassingly bad at games. Jesus. Is he even reporting, or is this just like a self-own? It's like, I am not suave, I have no riz, I'm ugly as fuck, I'm also not good at games. I don't like this character. I want to have a game where I can play a fucking loser just like I am. Dear Diary, I am pathetic, and I'm forced to play successful man. I can't handle it because I'm pathetic. I wish to play pathetic characters so that I can feel better about myself.
I think that this is such a perfect example of the exact kind of criticism that just is so unbearable in modern media. What is this? I can't personally relate to this character, therefore this character is the problem. Dude, this is so openly narcissistic.
Have you considered getting good? Have you considered being, you know, not an unlikable... I cannot say the C word, I will get demonetized. An unlikable twat? We are switching. And I cannot say, but I wanted to say the C word, okay? I'm not gonna say it. But I was thinking about it.
The entire point of a character like James Bond is that he is not you. He is not supposed to represent your daily emotional state. He is not supposed to be stumbling around awkwardly, second-guessing him.
Can you imagine this guy going to the cinema and he sits in to watch Superman and he comes out, he's like, 3 out of 10, shit movie, could not relate to this whatsoever. He was too handsome, too masculine, saved too many people.
Himself and apologizing for his own existence. He is James Bond. The whole fantasy is that this dude is suave, composed, arrogant, dangerous, charming, and absurdly capable in ways that most people never will be. That's why people like him. People have understood this. Everybody has understood this for decades now. Nobody watched 007.
If I am not suave and bitches don't want me, no one can be suave. Ooh. This is how this guy sounds like. This is literally how he sounds like. It's not fair that other people are more popular than me. Ooh. Okay, buddy. Fair enough.
Defuse a bomb, jump off a dam, steal.
He's not a man. He's a soy boy. Okay, I can smell the soy all the way over there.
A jet ski, walk into a casino, order a martini, and then immediately thought, yeah, but how does this reflect my personal relationship with class anxiety? Dude, get...
You know, bitches like this who are like, oh, I don't want to have a steak. Actually, I'm vegan. Do you have some plant alternatives? No. No, it's a steak. There's no plant alternatives for a fucking steak.
Get the fuck out of here. It's always these people that are saying, let me cook, that have no business being in the kitchen. I tell you what. I think this is where so much modern criticism has just completely lost the plot at this point. It doesn't even really represent anybody, and it definitely does a lot of harm to a lot of these games. It's taking these characters that are meant...
Have you guys noticed that every time there's a journalist, they are always soy? Like, they actually... It's like they are missing one of their testicles. They have such takes that it's like, oh no, attractive women bad. Oh no, successful men bad. What is up? Is that like a requirement? Can you only be a journalist if you were born to be a goddamn loser? Or like, is it just like they just happen to be always like this? Or how does this work? What happened to good journalists? They probably saw these ones and they quit.
To be exaggerated or iconic, and it's just dragging these guys off into this little room where they have to have every single trait pathologized. Confidence is arrogance, charm is entitlement, masculinity. Of course, you know that one's gonna...
Do you remember when there was that one journalist trying to get through the Cuphead tutorial and he couldn't figure out the double jump? I would have never put that online. I would have... I don't know what he was thinking, but I would have not. My goodness.
Being a problem. Everything has to be reduced or explained away or made smaller in some way because you can't be that character when you're not supposed to be that character. We have seen this happen with basically every single kind of aspirational character. People do it with Goku all the time. Instead of looking at him as this absurd, larger-than-life...
Bro, if you only want to play yourself, you will have to play like... I don't know, like... What, Sims 4? Maybe? Not even that. Even Sims 4 is more interesting than your life. Like fucking Woman Simulator or something.
That's cool. I know of a case where Journo was trying to review Dark Souls 1 and couldn't get past tutorial boss.
I am not surprised at all.
Symbol of perseverance, self-improvement, sacrifice, and refusing to stay down. They go, you know, actually, Goku's a bad father. Okay, sure, fine. If you want to flatten an entire character into a family court case, you can go ahead and do that. But that's just such a boring way to engage with something that was never meant to be inspected like that. Goku is inspirational not because he has the perfect domestic life. It's because, well, he just keeps going.
Also, just because someone is not a good father, he can be still aspirational in other ways. Like, you can be, I don't know, like fighting for the entire fucking world to protect it from the demons. Yeah, sure, if you're the wife, sucks to be fucking you, but you can't always be perfect. You know?
No matter how strong the enemy is, no matter how badly he loses, no matter how impossible the fight was, he gets back up and he pushes his limit way past what everybody thought he could. That's the whole reason people connect with it. That's why people get...
That's like saying that every firefighter is a bad father because they risk their life daily to save other people. It's like, yeah, but have you considered what happens to your kid if you die? You're a bad father. And it's like, okay, I guess.
Excited about these characters. Bond is similar in that. Bond isn't cool because he's this morally perfect human being that none of us are, by the way. He is cool because he represents composure under pressure, style, nerve, competence, a fantasy of being able to walk in...
No, actually, you're wrong. I am the perfect character if I say the right lines. You know, like there are like a certain lines, there are certain flags and emotes that you have to put into your name, and once you ticked out all of them, then you're a good person. That's it. That's how you gotta do. Yeah, say the buzzword right now. Say popular buzzword. Exactly.
To a room where everybody wants you dead, but you are still the one that's acting like you're in control. that doesn't need to be dragged down to this level of, well, actually, I fall apart at the first sign of mild inconvenience, so I can't relate to him. What are we doing at this point? Look, people, not every character needs to be a reflection of your own insecurities. Not every power fantasy should be sanded down until it represents the...
But, ooh, he's so successful, and I'm just a poor Giorno. I could never do that. Ooh.
Average person that's scrolling Twitter in their sweatpants at age 30 wearing a SpongeBob shirt, probably planning their next Disney trip. Sometimes entertainment just needs to be fun. Sometimes a character, it just needs to be cool. Sometimes that's the entire point. The whole point is that you're not already like them, but maybe some part of you wants to be.
Now, listen, I would like to point out that I played Resident Evil 9 and I identify completely with Leon Kennedy. I am a man in my 50s with military training. I am bulged the fuck out. I am strong. I'm perfect with aiming. I have an amazing car. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
I feel like...
Tell us, who did you marry? My red flag, Ada Wong, of course. She's the only one I'm willing to marry.
This is trying to send a vegan to go review a steakhouse. What are we doing here? What is with...
See? Oh my god, privileged. He stole my joke. He stole my joke. Fucking privileged. I fucking knew it.
This media obsession of wanting to send people who are obviously not very interested in the thing that they are going to preview or review to a lot of these events. This person seems like they don't even like James Bond. Why would you send somebody like that? Why wouldn't you want to instead, this is just an idea, maybe send somebody who actually has some level of excitement or some level of expertise, and they want to look at the franchise through that scope, examine it, or scrutinize it in some way to figure out whether or not it stacks up with the rest of the legacy. That sounds a lot cooler than somebody trying to decide whether or not Bond should be in his own games. You know, this is one of the reasons why I feel like nuance is just dead in the games industry anymore.
I feel like nuances had been dead, not just in the gaming industry. Like, ever since COVID came out, I swear people just lost like a percentage of capacity of their brain, and now they are just unable to think. They have no imagination, and they can only follow like certain people who say certain things. Like, oh, that famous person said that I should think like this. Okay, I will think like this. I am part of the sheep.
Nothing is allowed to exist in simplicity. True. It always has to have a deeper meaning. Dumb and cool.
It's just normies get addicted to the internet. We should have gatekeep harder, man.
Always has to be put through a microscope to figure out whether or not it actually engages in the proper way with your class dynamics. It's just, it's so insufferable. And it has nothing to do, it doesn't reflect at all what players are actually interested in, what they're looking for right now, what they want from their video games. They want entertainment. They want something cool. They want something fun. They want something that's out.
No, I am actually my favorite. What I want is to play a beautiful fantasy game where the main character, who looks ugly as fuck, will start to lecture me about whether they are a he, a she, or a they, them, or anything in between. That's what I want. I always love to be treated like an absolute retard who doesn't know jack shit. You're in love. Do you have a game for me? Oh my god. Oh my god. Would you have a recommendation just like that? I want all the characters to just talk down on me like I'm an absolute idiot. That's what Intergalactic is right around the... Aha! Got him. Can't wait. Intergalactic, my beloved. I do like very angry, bald women telling me that I am the worst thing ever known to mankind. Yeah. Can't wait. God, I hope it's going to be at least $80. I am unwilling to spend anything less.
It's outside of their life. They want something like James Bond. This is just another example of how far out of step the media has become with players today, and players' tastes are the things that we're thinking about.
80, what are you, poor? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mistress. I mean, $100. Forgive me, mistress. I didn't know that now I have to be into Findom if I want to play a game. Forgive me, mistress. I didn't mean it like that.
Common people in a lot of cases. And their expectations, our expectations, are just completely different at this point. And I think one of the reasons why you see something like this, an article like this, get a lot of attention online, which it did when you go and look at Twitter, there's a lot of people that are really upset about it. The reason why is because while people are afraid that opinions like this are going to shape their games, and well, as history has shown, they do. It's like over time, people shifted away from the idea of not wanting to expect more from themselves to not only the world not expecting more from them, but also the world not showing them anything more than themselves. That social standard being lowered, like I had said before. And it's getting to the point now where we just don't even have very many examples of people better than us, because a lot of people don't want that. And that sucks, because it's obviously had an effect. I don't think I would even have brought this up or talked about this topic if I didn't feel like it had some historical relevance. But seriously, this is becoming a problem now. We're in a writing crisis in the games industry, basically across every...
Bro, it's not just the games industry. Have you seen the Hollywood movies? Oh my god, none of them are watchable. I have been rewatching super old shows and super old movies. Like, I am literally watching movies from the 90s because every time I watch something after 2020, it makes my skin crawl. Even remakes. They keep fucking up everything. I can't. They look ugly because everything is CGI or AI nowadays. There's no actual props. The story writing is ass. The characters are nyeh.
Single sector. And we've been watching now for years as social media and legacy media have been distorting what players actually want from the games that they buy. And it's making parts of the gaming space, especially at a AAA level, feel barely recognizable anymore. Eastern games, I think, have largely been able to ignore that trend, likely coming down to call.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw that Chris Nolan is coming out with Odyssey or something. Like, fuck. The main dude is going to be Elliot Page. Helen of Troy is going to be that black chick. And I'm like, listen, I have, listen, good, whatever, man, whatever. Just whatever. I don't even. Yeah. Listen, if he doesn't want my money, then okay, I'm fine with this. I am absolutely fine with it. I am not going to watch it. I will be honest with you, I don't even think I'm going to watch it if it's going to be like free anywhere, because I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry. I have watched so many of these movies, and don't get me wrong, like, I don't care about race swaps, you know? Like, fucking, what is it? In Iron Man and all the Marvel movies, Samuel L. Jackson was playing, what's the character's name? The boss. Nick Fury. Yeah, Nick Fury was a race swap. He was fucking amazing. No one gave a fuck because that was Samuel L. fucking Jackson. You know? And everyone loves him. So it's not about the race. It's about you cast an actor who just cannot pull it off. I'm sorry, you just can't. There are certain roles, and it should go to a certain actor who can act and has the riz, you know? It's just bad casting. I'm sorry. You have to have it's not even the clout. You have to have, like, confidence. You have to have the skills, you know? It's Superman can be Michael B. Jordan and be good. Bro, like, oh, absolutely. There are so many amazing actors of any color and any sizes. You just have to pick the right one, and he just picked awful ones. I'm sorry. Like, I actually like the actress who is going to play Helen of Troy. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Isn't it supposed to be like that? Apparently, that chick was like so fucking beautiful that they launched like 100 fucking ships for her, or like 1,000 ships or something like that. And it's like everyone like gooned. Yeah, and like blonde and like an angel and everything. Like, I understand that you want to like put more characters or whatever into it, but you know, it's like if they would make like may his soul rest in peace, the Black Panther actor, you know, he died. Imagine if someone would put fucking Ryan Reynolds as the next Black Panther. You would be upset. You know, or yeah, sorry, Ryan Gosling as Black Panther. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know if he is the best choice for it. You know? Also, why is Hollywood sitting on Idris Elba so much? Give that man a fucking amazing role. Stop it. Get help. You know what? I would have been perfectly fine if they cast Idris Elba for the main dude role. I'm fine with it. You know? I love that man. He can pull it off. It's not about the color, it's about the actor. Elba is overrated. Take that fucking back. Do not talk about my boy like that. Motherfucker. Take that back. Remember, this is the movie where characters were fucked over by the gods. Praise to the gods. I'm just not gonna watch it. It's fine. Also, I think he put like right now, Nolan is famous for clicking onto actors, and now it's like Robert Pattinson is in everything. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate the guy, but like, I don't know, man. He's also in everything, and I think like the Spider-Man dude is also in it. I don't like the Spider-Man actor, okay? Don't hate me for it. I don't like that kid. I think he's a good actor. He's alright. I don't like Tom Holland. No, I'm sorry. I don't like him. I don't like him. No. He's just not tickling me.
Cultural differences. These guys are just ignoring all the noise and trying to make the best game that they can, even when they're facing backlash over their characters, narratives, or...
Timothée Chalamet is in everything. Yeah, but he's like a Nepo baby or something. He has way too much work too.
Whatever else it might be. See Stellar Blade or Black Myth Wukong. Maybe
Booty.
More recently, something like Pragmata with its father-daughter-like dynamic somehow being turned into one of the most unhinged
You have a daughter! Disgusting!
Controversies I've seen in years. But still, these games knew exactly what they were, who they were for, and why people were excited about them. That's why those games still found success. Western games, they have had a much harder time. Now,
you know, I do wonder a little bit about Pragmata. Do you think it would have been this freaking successful if they don't freak out on it? It was almost a little bit like Hogwarts Legacy. You know, that everyone was like, oh, if you play Hogwarts Legacy, you're such an awful person. Also, Hogwarts Legacy sells millions and millions and millions. I personally bought Pragmata because I wanted to show the middle finger to all these annoying Twitter people. I didn't want to play it. I literally bought it just to spy them. And I do wonder how many other people would just like this. You know, that it's like, these are fucking freaks. They are talking shit. I am going to show them where my money is. It is a good game though. I agree with you. I played it. I really liked it. It was really, really good. Yeah, and then I had fun, and then I cried my heart out. 10 out of 10. I
brought this up in a recent video, but I really want to reiterate this because I think it's an important point to make. A lot of people are going to try to wave this off as purely politically charged in a lot of cases. There's obviously going to be some of that influence, but I think a lot of this is just coming down to a severe lack of talent and originality from the people that are either making or criticizing entertainment.
No. Lack of that. No. No. Surely not. Lack of talent.
People that are just so desperate to reach beyond simple enjoyment, digging deeper, looking for a deeper meaning that just isn't there or doesn't belong there, while also harboring some very obvious disdain for the original work itself. On the media side, we've been going through...
That would never happen. People buying like a franchise rights or something, hating the source material, trying to change it, The Witcher, or, you know, anything like that, mixing up characters, changing the motivations. Amazon Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Oh no, I never heard anything. Wow, Snow White. No. I can't bring up anything. Oh, this dude, this cough. Yeah, my cough sounds bad. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry.
This for years. Mashable in 2018 writing about the dismantling of Kratos, saying that God of
War depicts the disease and destruction of toxic masculinity, a symbolic journey of killing the father. I don't think this person played the games. I just God, I hate journalists. I unironically hate them, so I hope you will get replaced by AI. All of you.
War depicts the disease and destruction of toxic masculinity, the symbol of the journey of...
Well, someone didn't have a daddy at home. Yes, where is your daddy?
Killing the father. Okay, sure.
Ask a question.
Yeah?
I want to watch your VODs of playing Cyberpunk in the gaming channel, but most of the playlist is hidden. Is there a reason for that? Pokato pause.
No, but I also didn't finish it. Rest in PP. I don't know why it's hidden. Sorry. The whole point is Kratos doesn't die. You mean like the gods of war?
The war does have deeper themes. Nobody's going to deny that. But there is a difference between analyzing a story and trying to drag it into a culture war. The story can't just be about a father trying to change. It has to be a lecture about how the last thing, the original thing, was bad, how this replacement is so much better, and then somehow including or dragging in their own personal trauma.
Can we just cancel fathers? Can we just agree that all women are prostitutes, but they will never have babies, and we will just not have fathers, and every boy will be just a soy boy? That's it. Every woman prostitutes, but every boy is a soy boy. No families, no marriage, no love, no hugs, no cuddles. No, unironically, I'm tired of these like half thingies. Okay, let's remove attractive women. You know what? That's it. There are no women in media anymore. Only ugly guys. We will put a wig on them. They will be the women. Okay, but we will also take out attractive men, and we will just have like even uglier men, but they will be like little soys. Okay, and it will be only ugly men playing everything. Yeah, there will be no women, there will be no handsome dudes whatsoever. Yeah, like the good old Greek times.
And now we're seeing that exact same instinct with Bond. In December of last year, the narrative and cinematic director of 007 First Light said that while Bond is still very much a womanizer, he needs to reflect modern values. Which value?
What even is a modern value? What does this mean?
Those are, I couldn't tell you, but he said that, so he's evolved through the decades, and obviously we reflect modern values, so it's not going to be your old school Bond, which would just be tone deaf in this day, right? He's a modern guy. What does that even mean? I mean,
so he is soy? He can't talk to women because he's too, I don't know. What does it even mean? It's like, it's that he's not going to ask out a woman, the woman will ask him out, or what does that even mean? Or simply he's just into dudes.
In my experience, the idea of a modern man in entertainment is rarely reflective of reality. It usually just means these guys are going to be lowering the fantasy to where they assume the audience is, even though there's nobody there. Again, I'm going to go back and say that this has more to do with a lack of talent and listening to the wrong type of critics.
Can you tell me one thing? I'm really curious. How is it possible that we have so many of these stupid people in position where their voices matter? I'm absolutely baffled. How did they sneak in? How is it that all of them are untalented and the only thing they can do is ruin a franchise? Because you don't hear the one with an actual brain. But why not? It's all about the money. But they don't make money. these games are not successful, whatever they are making. They lose all of it. Like, look at fucking Ubisoft. Why do you think it's flopping? It's full of these loud, brain-dead freaking people.
Characters change all the time. Bond has changed all the time. Every single actor has brought something different. Connery was not born.
DEI unironically.
Because smart people scare the psychopaths who want to abuse the stupid foilge.
I don't think they are psychopaths. I feel like you have to be sort of intelligent to become a psychopath or something. I don't know, ma'am. I think this is just the stupider you are, the louder you are, or something. And the more confident you become in yourself. You know? Dumb people try to be smart. I don't even think they try to be smart. Dumb people have a superpower. And this superpower is a stupidly large confidence and ego. They are unshakable in their belief. But they are super dumb. You know? And so they are just like an immovable fucking object on end. It's actually sort of impressive if you think about it.
Moore wasn't Dalton. Dalton wasn't Broad.
The participation trophy generation. Oh, no. Oh, why did you have to say that? Oh, no.
Brosnan wasn't Craig. There were tonal shifts. There were world changes. There were style changes. That stuff is normal, especially with long-running franchises. But I think the difference here is updating a character versus feeling like you need to apologize for them. And that's the stuff that I'm the most sick of. This is getting so exhausting for me. I mean, look at how often these video game adaptations seem embarrassed of the video game part. The Halo show.
Oh, wow. You were successful at rizzing a chick. You should apologize. I'm sorry. You were smart and you were attractive. You should apologize. The Halo show.
Runner said that they didn't even look at the game because they didn't want to be limited by the video game's material. The Far Cry series that's coming isn't going to be adapting any of the games because, well, they don't feel like that naturally.
Why? What's the point of taking the fucking franchise, using the name, and then making something so horrible? This is exactly what they did with the Ring of Power too, the Amazon series. If Tolkien would come out of his grave and he would take a look at that, he would just like fucking throw up. Oh, the orcs just want to settle down and have families. They are the good guys. It's actually the elves who are mean.
Translates into drama because people can skip cutscenes in video games. And now the Mass Effect show, the exact same thing. It's being made for non-gamers. Why?
You know, I don't think I can tell you how many times I heard my mother, who is sort of like a desperate housewife kind of girly, to say, "Daughter, I would love to watch a Mass Effect TV show. I yearn for the Mass Effect TV show," you know, because clearly she's the target demographic. Absolutely. Yeah, give it 2 years, she will. Bet you.
Why are you guys like this? And this is the mindset that I'm talking about. The original work is getting treated like it doesn't really match up with what people actually need today. The characters are becoming something that they have to soften or manage or apologize for instead of simply understand. And I think that's the part that players are becoming hyped.
Sorry, Diana. Sorry, Diana. Sorry, Diana. My bad, Diana. My bad, Diana.
We're sensitive to at this point. They can tell when a franchise is evolving because it actually has a strong idea. And they can also tell when a franchise is being softened because somebody in the room is embarrassed of the original fantasy. Nobody wants to see themselves reflected in media. Narcissists do. Nobody wants to...
Fucking Witcher. The Witcher season 1 was so good. They had the god actor who loved the game. And then you just bastardized it. The entire thing. Why would you do that? About The Witcher, I only dislike that the redhead mage... or witch chick was ugly. I forgot what her name is. But she was not hot. Yeah, Triss. Triss was ugly as fuck. I'm sorry. Like, I was actually fine with, I think Yennefer looked fine to me. I thought that the actress was very pretty. She was hot. 10 out of 10 would. But Triss, oh, and there was another chick, the black chick who was also bald, because black chicks always have to be bald because there's no budget for hair. I don't fucking know. That chick was kind of ugly too.
To see everything, and it's all just
Why is it always bald? They have so beautiful hair. Just give them hair. What the fuck?
a constant self-reflection or a collection of self-depreciating characters because the people who criticize and create these games and media feel bad about themselves. That's why articles like this always end up getting under people's skin, and it's not because PC Gamer has all this power and
you know what I find most fascinating about black characters always being bald is that black women spend so much time to actually pretty up their hair. Okay? Like, they go to hairdressers, they have like the braid, they do the straightening, or they have different kind of wigs and waves, and it's like such an important part to the lives. And they are just like, yeah, bald. That's what you get, bald. You can do so many beautiful hairstyles, so many beautiful colors, shortness, length, texture, and all you get is bald? Why? Why? Why bald? I will never understand.
Influence. It's just because this industry has a habit of treating this kind of media discomfort like it's a legitimate criticism. A critic will say that this character is annoying, that it needs to be a little bit more relatable. A consultant comes in and says this fantasy is outdated or offensive. Some Karen goes viral for calling out the history of the franchise on Twitter, and suddenly this studio is deciding that the safest option is to make that character less confident, less direct, and more believable. And all these people then go and act shocked when the audience doesn't actually show up for the final product because they just don't feel anything for it. They don't want it. They don't want to have anything to do with it because it's just not fun. It's not interesting. It's lazy and pathetic. Video games are literally built around you becoming somebody that you are not. Nobody plays a Bond game because they already feel like they're James Bond. They play it because...
That's fair. You're wrong, kiddo. Actually, I am James Bond. No, I'm Leon Kennedy. I am much better than you are.
They want to step into that fantasy for a couple of hours.
Hell
a Bond
yeah.
game should make you feel like you are James Bond. The fact that that even needs to be said just shows just how far and how bad things have gotten at this point. None of this is at all representative of what people are actually looking for when they're playing these games or when they're engaging with any type of entertainment. I don't want to be in every game or movie or television show. I don't need it to reflect me in my life. I already have my life. I see it all the time. I don't need James Bond dragged down to my level so that I can relate to a man.
The thing is that I think that these people are so severely narcissistic that they don't want to see anything but themselves. I unironically believe because everything in their entire worldview is always about them. You know? Always.
And in a suit doing spy shit. I want a fantasy to be a fantasy. I want an exaggerated version of something. The hero, the spy, the professional, the guy that can walk into...
They just hate people aspiring for more because aspiring to become something better means work. And you have to understand that these people don't want to work. Back then, the fat body positivity movement, no one wanted to work out. No one wanted to diet. Now that there is a pill, of course, now they are skinny. They don't want to be prettier. They don't want to be smarter. They don't want to be just more successful. They just want to howl the temper tantrum until someone will give it to them. You know? It is exhausting. It's literally like talking to an iPad kid who is unable to do anything until you get like their iPad back.
To a room and just looks like he owns the entire place, because part of entertainment is being able to dream beyond yourself for a while. Sometimes that means looking at somebody that's better than you, cooler than you, more composed than you, and instead of resenting it, maybe the whole point is that you should be inspired by it a little. I think this is
I don't think these people can get inspired by anything anymore. Unironically, nothing.
few years ago, but they had a new He-Man
To buy chocolate and Labubu, bruh. Oh my god, the fucking brain rot.
and television series that had came out by Kevin Smith, and in it, He-Man wasn't there at all. Basically, they killed the guy off in the first couple of episodes. And then after that, they focused the entire thing on Tila, like we haven't seen something like that happen before. But one of the things that really...
God, that He-Man animation was so ugly. I cannot tell you how ugly that TV show looked. Like the chick had like wider shoulders and better pecs than He-Man himself. You know, the He-Man. The I'm like, what?
Really caught me off guard and made me stop watching it was this whole thing where they basically reframed his secret identity that he had in place to be able to protect the people that he cared about the most so that they wouldn't be targeted by Skeletor. And well, they turned it into this entire storyline, this whole grievance over how it made everybody feel inadequate, how it made people feel lied to and betrayed in some way. It was just, it's so lame. You know, I feel like it's one of three things. You have people that just can't dream of anything greater, people that just aren't that creative. You have people that don't want to be compared to something greater, or you have some people that just do not like the original thing itself and want to just dismantle or destroy it in some ways. So with
these people always destroy interesting things. Have you guys ever watched a TV show called, it was animation, called Totally Spies? And it was about three chicks who were extremely good looking, and it was for the girlies, you know, but it was like hella fun. They were like little spies and they went international and they were having like little makeup things, but it had laser in it and it was like super cool. So apparently they remade that too. And I don't know if you remember Clover, that was the blonde one. And she was really always into boys, right? And she was like falling in love with boys in every single episode. It was boys, 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 boys. In the new one, she's a lesbian. Now, try to put a button onto that. Yeah, always. The one character who is boys, boys, boys. I love boys. I am dressing up so that the boys will look at me. I love the boys love me. Is now into the girlies and she does not care about the boys. And also the style looks awful and the character looks awful. The animation looks awful. Yeah. So yeah, it's for the modern audience now. Like that was basically like, you know, Sam was the smart one, Alex one was the sportsy one, and Clover was like the little bit of the valet girl who was like, oh, boys, 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 you know? So it's doing great. Oh, I'm sure it's amazing. Yeah. Is she still the smart one? I will be honest with you. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to even search about it. I don't care. I don't want to know. I am not going to consume slop material. I would much rather watch fucking AI generated videos than give money or even attention to these things. So, no.
What they do is that they take this original art or this original work and then they try to make it as cynical as possible. They try to humanize the hero in some cases. And they just completely invert whatever the original meaning was, whatever the original message was. And it sucks. It ruins basically everything. And maybe this is my age showing, but I see a lot of the stuff that's going on with young dudes today, especially like the looks maxing stuff and things like that. Guys injecting chemicals and destroying their own bodies to be able to do whatever they can.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not mewing every single day? I always mew. It's all for my jawline, okay? I am doing the looks maxing.
and you know, I do think that this is somehow
Your bone
downstream of a
smashing?
lot of modern entertainment today because people just do not have a good idea of what heroes look like. Instead, heroes are, well, dudes on a cell phone screen in some cases. Don't worry, I'm definitely not one of them, and I definitely don't plan to be either. But, you know...
I know what a hero is. That's like the She-Hulk, right? She-Hulk is a hero. Or... I don't know, Captain Marvel is a hero. Because she stands up to evil, evil man. Right? Yeah, those are good heroes. Or like the space scissoring witches in Star Wars. I also really like that one.
While these different forms of media, while these different forms of entertainment, movies or whatever, these different characters that we had, while they're unrealistic, absolutely, they at least gave people a solid picture of something to try to strive for. While we know, people mostly know that these things are completely unrealistic, it still gives you a mental image of something better than yourself.
Dude, apparently people are whispering that Disney is planning to scrap the new Star Wars to start it again. I would laugh at that so fucking hard. There is like tiny whisperings. Just like... Because Marvel is doing that? Yeah. A little too late. Well, yeah. They had the perfect cast. They had Harrison Ford. They had the actress for Leia. They had Carrie Fisher. They had Mark Hamill. They could have peaked. They had who played Kylo Ren? Adam something. I'm very bad with names. Adam Driver. The cast was perfect. They could have run with it. They fucked it up. Now Harrison Ford is never going to come back. Carrie Fisher is dead. Mark Hamill is whatever. He might come back. He probably needs the money. But yeah, they fucked up the perfect opportunity. Sad.
And man,
listen, if they are lucky, maybe Palpatine comes back again. You know, if Palpatine somehow returned, he might just come back for round 3.
Not having that, I think, has had a massive effect on people. You know, you drag that down the line and you look to see just how much of like modern media has failed today, how many flops there are for like movies and television shows and video games. And I think it goes...
Oh no, I'm fairly certain the new Mandalorian movie is going to do so well. Everyone is very excited for it. They can't wait to see it. It's definitely not cringe, definitely not low budget. Dude, they said that they estimated to do worse than the Han Solo movie. The Han Solo movie was one of the worst, fucking most boring movie, the biggest flop in the Star Wars franchise. They literally killed all the follow-up movies. And they are expecting this Mandalorian movie to do worse. Oh, so bad. Mandalorian Savers was good. Why would the movie suck? Look at the trailer. You will see. Trust me, it's not gonna be good.
To show that this is just not what the audience is looking for. Looking in the mirror really isn't all that entertaining. I would rather look inside of a world that is not my own. The last thing that I want to do is look at a reflection of the clown world that I'm living in, because I'm going to tell you right now.
I first said after they fired that tall, gigantic, Valkyrie-esque woman from The Mandalorian, the wrestling chick, she was hot. She was like death by snoo, you know?
Oh, that is definitely not entertaining. I mean, in some cases it can
be. Yeah, Gina Carano.
It's definitely not. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you guys think that James Bond belongs in a James Bond video game?
Nope.
Let me know what you guys think's going on with everything else that's out there, and you'll catch another video this week. Stay cool, stay righteous, stay safe. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace. Family. Hold on.